thank you for joining us tonight. She can't stay and she can't go.
A dismissed eviction isn't the end of the story for a Fitchburg mother caught in a catch-22 after a couple of late rent payments during the pandemic. Investigative reporter Naomi Coles has her story.
The national moratorium on evictions ended weeks ago, and in Dane County, a red-hot rental market means eviction filings are rising and leaving people in predicaments that at times only a housing lawyer can get them out of.
So I needed to speak out so that they could stop.
Boxes fill Silvia Rodriguez's Fitchburg apartment at New Fountains, where she's lived for 8 years.
But all of a sudden I got this letter to vacate the apartment.
An interpreter helped as she told her story.
So she said to me, it's that in this year alone, you've been late 3 times in paying your rent. I said to her, but goodness, it's been a year of a pandemic. We've had COVID.
Silvia Rodriguez was one of our very first clients.
The UW Evictions Defense Clinic, a professor and 7 law students, represent people facing evictions for free.
Because she paid rent late, she didn't miss a payment, she just paid late a few times over the course of the year. She was being non-renewed.
With the clinic's help, court records show Silvia's eviction is now dismissed. But Silvia says a letter from her landlord still orders her out by the end of this month. Between the hostility and needing a 2-bedroom for her daughter, she's trying to leave, but she now faces a new problem.
People kept rejecting my applications.
Something she says has happened to others in the complex.
And they've trashed their housing record.
And now an impossible situation. She says bad references have robbed her of a choice in housing, making it hard to stay and harder to go.
I'm just afraid now that I've seen what they can do to me. I haven't been able to sleep because of the worry that I had to move us out of here somehow, but I didn't have a place to go.
During the pandemic, this apartment manager has sought evictions at least 26 times, 6 times successfully. New Fountains has a different story. In a statement, they say Silvia didn't renew her lease, they leased to a new tenant, and Silvia refused to move out, forcing them to file an eviction. Their story does not align with what Silvia or her lawyer says happened. Nor did they answer questions about leaving bad references for people trying to find new homes.
Given this hot rental market, we're seeing this happen over and over again.
What I would want the public to know is how high the stakes are for the people that we're representing. I know that landlords, people who own housing, have a lot of financial investment on the line. At the same time, our clients, they have the roof over their heads on the line.
Weeks now since the national moratorium on evictions lifted, lawyers say eviction filings are rising rapidly in Dane County, especially outside the city of Madison.
The numbers have flipped. So it used to be that around 2/3 of the cases were from the city of Madison in eviction court and 1/3 outside the city.
There's still millions of federal dollars available for rental help, but Professor Erica Lopez says the moratorium ending, the rental market, and a brief interruption in rental assistance when the county switched providers all are contributing to rising rates. People without legal help are far easier to evict because they don't know their rights.
We're seeing that plaintiffs aren't properly serving or giving notice to tenants.
Or the process.
Renters are losing their homes even when they can actually still pay.
Silvia just wants a home where she's comfortable and where her daughter can stay on weekends.
It seems like they're not cognizant of how that affects people. It creates suffering, needless suffering.
Now, as of today, county staff estimate more than $13.5 million has been paid out in federal rental assistance this year.